All right, bro, I get it. You're doing nothing. No texts, no calls, no blowing up her social media, and it seems like she's doing just fine. There's absolutely no signs that she misses you, that she's even thinking about you, that she ever cared about you. But here's what you've got to understand. Silence always does something, even when she doesn't show it. After a breakup, most women assume that they'll hear from you. That's because they've been conditioned to, because most of the guys that they date, when they break up with them, they chase. They're clingy, they're needy, they blow up their phones, they try to fix the relationship because that's what men do. We approach our relationships with logic instead of emotion. They assume they'll hear from you because all of their ex-boyfriends did the same thing. No contact flips that script. We're going to break down what's going on inside of her mind whenever you go no contact. No contact really isn't a game. It's not a manipulation tactic. It's giving her space and it's letting her feel a little teaser, a trial version of a life without you, just to see if she really wants to buy the full version. And once her emotions come down, once she's able to regulate herself, she can actually miss you. She can actually think back on the relationship and know that, this guy wasn't as bad as I thought he was. Maybe I overstepped. Maybe I didn't treat him as good as I should have. And all of that is thanks to the silence that you gave her. That silence makes her sit and think about her own actions. It's like a mirror that you're holding up to her, showing her, hey, I didn't leave, you left me. This is what you wanted, so here you go. So she only has herself to blame. Real quick, the mental stages that she goes through. First, everybody knows that they go through relief. Everybody's happy to be newly single as long as they were the one that did the breaking up with, right? It's kind of like going to court when it's not your ass on the line, it's somebody else's. It's kind of like, yeah, man, grab the popcorn, get him, I don't care. That's exactly what it feels like when you break up with someone. You have all the power, life is good, and it feels like nothing but relief and freedom. But then curiosity comes in. Doubt starts to come in. All right, fine, what happened to him? I guess I want to know. They'll check your profile once or twice. They'll check your social medias. They might text you, they may not, it doesn't matter, but they're real curious about you. Maybe they ask your friends about you, and they wonder, where did you go? Because they're not used to men just kind of leaving. They're not used to them not orbiting. They're not used to them not blowing up their phones. Even though they may not want you back right now, they definitely want to know, where the hell did you go? It's that curiosity, it's that doubt that fuels the next stage, which is nostalgia. Now they get to look back and think, okay, well, he wasn't as bad as maybe I made him out to be. We said some things in the moment that we didn't mean, but we have some real love for each other. But there it is. She knows in her mind that what she had with you was real. Now she stopped running from it. You see, now her emotions have come down and she's able to regulate. She's able to understand, okay, yeah, what we had was actually real. What I'm feeling for him, this is real. Now you have that emotional pull about you. Now she wants to check in on you and see how you're doing. And that's where the urge to reach out comes from. She says, okay, I'm not getting my fix anywhere else and there's no one else that could relieve this pressure I feel from his silence, so I'm gonna have to reach out and see what he has to say about this. Exes are definitely different. So you could go with a secure or a normal person and they're going to react much differently than, say, an anxious person. If you break up with an anxious person, they're gonna wanna blow up your phone within a week. Like, a few days without you is way more than they're willing to put up with. If you're that person who can't go a few days without hearing from your significant other, even though you're broken up with, you probably maybe are anxious. Like, that's just one of the signs, okay? Maybe take a test, you might have an anxious attachment style. And guess what? That leads us to the third category, the avoidant ex, the avoidant partner. Oh boy, those are the most fun. Those are the ones that could come across as like narcissistic or just mean and cold, depending on if you have a dismissive or a fearful avoidant. It's a total roller coaster to a ticket that was forced on you, okay? You are forced to ride that ride. Just hold on, and when it stops, you can get off if you want. Regardless of your ex, regardless of their attachment style, no contact shifts the dynamic into your favor and makes her reflect. Here's what no contact really does. It makes her see you as different, as separate. She can't categorize you with the rest of her exes. She stops seeing you as the guy she argued with, the guy who she broke up with, the guy who she was angry with. She starts seeing you as the strong, secure, and safe man that you actually are. This is what prompts her, creates a desire in her to come around you, even if it's just to feel safe, to present herself to you in a manner in which you could significantly hurt her. She'll do this because you've proven throughout the breakup that you are a safe presence and that you have full control over your masculine, over your core, and that if she presents herself to you, that you're not going to hurt her, that you're not going to use her, that you're not going to take her emotions and use them to basically wipe your ass. She sees you as someone with immense self-respect, and that self-respect makes her respect you. What I've said in all my videos, if a woman does not respect you, she cannot love you. That is the basis for her love for you, is her amount of respect for you. She'll start to remember, to reminisce, to think about the best moments with you, those emotional highs without so much the emotional lows. Human beings typically look back on our past through rose-colored glasses. We tend to see things as better than they actually were, which is why everyone has a nostalgic past, which is why everyone yearns for their teenage years, no matter how old you are. And it's like, yeah, you could see that maybe your body worked a little better, but what it really is you thinking that your teenage years were somehow better than they are right now. You've stopped becoming the guy that was chasing, and you've started to become the man that she might actually lose. You see how that power dynamic flips when you go no contact? It flips whenever you make her sit in her silence. When you give her that mirror of silence and says, here, this is exactly what you wanted. Look in the mirror, you did this, not me. Now you're not gonna say that because that's gonna do nothing but create an argument. It's gonna make her defenses go way up. You don't wanna say that. But that's exactly what you're doing through your silence. That's why I say that silence will speak more for you than any amount of words ever could. This video is not so much about the outcome of no contact or about what you should or shouldn't do during it. It's the simple fact that even if she never reaches out, even if she watches all of your snaps, she watches all of your stories on Instagram, if she likes all of your posts, but for some reason never reaches out, you will become part of her mind, part of that ghost that haunts her almost every single day, every single time that she thinks about you. Either way, whether she comes back or doesn't, whether you want her back or you don't, she'll feel that. And the only way that she'll feel that is, you guessed it, you give her the gift of silence. She's got to learn that you may not always be there because she took you for granted back in the relationship. She took everything that you did for her for granted. She thought that somebody else could do better. She thought she could do better. And she's going to learn through your silence, through you doing simply nothing, just letting her go, that replacing you is a much more difficult job than she would have ever guessed. And little bro, she's not going to be able to. You got this, and I've got you. I'll see you in the next one.